Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Saturday evening. Afternoon, I should say. I'm Dentro. I'm joined by Josh. Welcome.
Epoch. Yeah, this is gonna be one of the first quarterfinals of the Legendary Cup, where Band of Brewers, who took first place in Group B, will go against Team Hotsy, who took second in Group C.
Yep. And I'm unsure whether they played each other in the normal season, but they placed fourth in season in Division Two and third in Division Two, respectively. So a close matchup in that sense. We have a map. Do you want to go through the bans and picks?
Yeah, sure. The teams have actually preferred to opt to ban larger maps, in my opinion, with Team Hotsy banning out Cast Hollow and Sky Temple, with Band of Bruce responding by banning out Dragonshire and Altrak Pass. Battlefield of Eternity was chosen as a first map, and Band of Bruce will be the one enjoying the first pick.
All right. And so Battlefield is the map pick, and a lot of the team fighting maps are still left, basically. So I expect a lot of scrappy team fighting out of these teams right now. Do you have any sense of their styles?
Um, I, to be honest, I haven't actually prepared anything, but judging by the fact that both teams have decided to ban out larger maps, I think the only maps that I would consider big in the pool after banning all of that would be something like Garden.
Mm-hmm.
I think both teams will be going for more fighty strategies in comparison to the macro ones that some
Mm-hmm.
other teams might enjoy.
Yeah. Thank you, Kazaron. We're always on casting here for Heroes Lounge. The first game in this quarterfinals between Band of Brewers versus Team Hotsy. It's going to be Battlefield of Eternity. And first pick goes to the red team. Is that right?
Uh, Band of Brewers as one with the first pick, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's Team Hotsy's map pick here, though. Normally speaking, on Battlefield, you either want the racy comp or you want the defensive comp. And you're kind of priced into being one of the two. If you lose the race, you lose the race, right? Then you need to go defend instead. So curious what the teams will be opting for here. Lots of good picks. Anything that can control space is good because of the immortal stuns. If you defend around your immortal, you in essence have a sixth player with the extra stuns. So ETC Alarax, Ana is pretty good. We'll see what they go for.
and they will go for Greymane. The Doggo is pretty solid, I think. Has a lot of race, has the killer pressure that some of other attack damage carries could lack a bit. And seeing that, Team Hot's response with Johanna, who has been pretty much the best tank in the game for a while at this point, and I don't think
Yeah.
anything will change about it.
No, she's just really good, and I think it's easier to play her than it is to play around her, in a sense. You have a lot of invulnerability built into your kit and unstoppable, so it's pretty good. Greymane removed, and the Deathwing, another one you can't move at all. I don't know whether how good he is on Battlefield. He's probably pretty good at defending, let's be real. I don't think he races super well, although the Fire Breath does have the highest DPS of any basic ability in the game, so...
I would say that Deathwing is weaker on Battlefield than on other maps, but Deathwing still has a lot of AoE, and some of the passages on this map can be pretty small, which is why we see Deathwing ban, which is why we see Alarak ban from Team Hots.
Yep.
And Raynor on first pick.
Yeah, Jimmy.
In lower divisions where I play and where I have most experience with how people draft, we usually see Vala first pick. What's the advantages of Raynor against the Demon Hunter?
I suppose he has a bit more sturdiness compared to a Vala, but Vala also gets Gloom, So just for the race aspect, I think Vala's just better overall. Although you kind of for your Vala without a double support feels a lot worse than a Jimmy without a double support. You know.
Hmm.
So they go here with the Diablo Malf follow up to the Jimmy, and the other side it's a Liming and Ana. So really good support on this map, I think. You can hide away behind walls and like get sleep dodge on people and Ana boosted Liming. That's a lot of damage, and she also has really good poke on this map. Since she was released, she's been popular here. So
Yeah,
pretty good
Liming
pickup.
is one of the mages with better race on this map, which is why she's always high on the priority lists.
Hmm.
Diablo and Malfurion are chosen by Band of Brewers. I think Transparent does main Malfurion, as a lot of healers do in higher divisions. I don't see Malfurion crop up in Rare Cup in lower divs as much, but everyone have been saying that he's good, so apparently he is.
Yeah, his kit is just quite strong. He has some weakness to dive, but if you can, if you can deal with that, then he has just so much sustain healing, and he has follow up CC, big heroics. Like, hero is good. Um, Very open draft so far. The second bans here are a bit curious. It's a Mephisto together with Varian, and other two pickups here. What do you think about these draft choices recently here?
I would imagine that Varian is to negate some amount of dive from Team Hotsy, as you have said, Malfurion is weak to dive. I think that Reynor could also be weak to dive in that aspect, because when you go in and taunt, Reynor is not able to hit any other targets featuring the low HP backline or Liming, who is gonna blow him up. In
Mm.
terms of picks later on, we do see Sylvanas with Leoric come up from Team Hotsy and Chen with Zeratul popping up
Mm-hmm.
from Band of Brewers.
Yeah. Twitch chat suggests ETC here for as a last pick. Um, it's pretty good, honestly. I'm a bit surprised it goes this far. Yeah, the Zeratul into that backline can be a bit of a menace. They don't really have any peel for him outside of Ana Sleep Dart, so it's going to be a Garrosh here to try to get the taunt off whenever Zeratul goes into the backline, but he
Also,
has a lot of
Garrosh,
mobility.
I would imagine Garrosh is solid versus Diablo. He always has been. I would also predict that Garrosh has a better um, play versus Chen than some of the other tanks when you're trying to build your backline, because
Yeah.
you are able to just throw Chen out,
Mm-hmm.
which a lot of other tanks are not able to provide, preferring to just.
Yeah, and into the fray, the misnamed talent out of the fray. Um, like you can peel your own back. Like if you get Chen Panda Pulsed, then you can actually save the Ana because you can just throw them away and then Chen can't chase anymore. So we'll see how the Garrosh fares here into this lineup. And like you said, he has a good matchup with Diablo because of the unstoppable. If you do get stunned, you kind of affect, but we'll see how this goes. Raze probably. Oh, it's kind of tough actually. It's Sylvanas and Jimmy. Both do a lot of damage because of talent choices available to them.
I would say the addition of Li Ming gives race to Team
Yeah,
Hotsy, but I would also say that Chen and Zertal are heroes that can just win teamfight on their own. So
certainly true.
I'm interested to see how it will play up, and we are loading in.
Yeah, and here we have them. First, in the blue on the left, it's Band of Brewers with Page Biscuit playing Diablo, Transparent on the Malfurion, Insanity on the Zeratul, Martin is playing Jimmy, and Sunrise is playing Chan.
And on the red side, we do have Azeroth playing Sylvanas, Kassaran on Garrosh, Spark running Liming. Zvutsi is gonna be healing on Ana, and Styroxis is playing Leoric. They are Team Hotsy, and this is team number 1 between the teams. Already a lot of banter in the chat.
Always good, always good. 5-man mid, the classic run it down. Oh, they're gonna use the Sylvana straight here, perhaps. Still sneaking in a tower. Yep.
And yep, Zertal is the first to move up, but Chen is already there, which unfortunately won't help him. because going in 1v5 is not exactly the best idea on level 1.
Yeah, this turned out to be a really good move here by Team Hotsy. They get the tower basically for free. Jimmy pushes in bottom. They are gonna lose that wave of XP, which I expected actually Leoric to go pick up. But
the response from Band of Brewers was not entirely correct. You either want to go in as 5 and take a fight, or you want to push the lane as...
oh, Leoric in the bottom though. They get first blood here actually. Zeratul almost falls to... oh, he falls to the minion wave, not like this. Ay, that's tough. 1 for 1.
So that's why you have to just stay bottom and force a base race, because then there is no wave to kill the Zeratul. Well, the teams will enjoy that quick trade of kills. Team Hotsy will definitely enjoy their advantage in siege.
The rare 4-man top lane here with both teams just staying here right now. For whatever reason, bottom lanes usually end up as the 4-man lane, and top lane is, you know, the top lane where you only have one player. Oh, Sylvanas gets rooted here, does stun follow from Diablo. Do they have enough damage here? Jimmy goes in and tries 7.02, but cannot quite do it. Ana will be healing them very shortly.
Well, the reason that top lane is usually the solo lane is, in my opinion, mostly from experience from other MOBAs, where usually the top lane is the one where people duke it out 1v1. And therefore, on most maps in the rotation, we see one person's moving up top, and most people either rotating between the bottom two lanes or just straight up going on the other one.
Yeah. Also in Heroes, there's a tendency for the top lane to be further away from the rest for whatever reason. That may have something to do with it. Both teams on their bruiser camps here. Nice little pickup there in top lane by a Band of Brewers, just taking the caster camp for free. We saw them in lane earlier.
On the Leoric in the bot lane, we see that Zeratul jumps in again, but is unfortunately not able to produce enough damage. Retreats a bit. Also would like to mention that Zeratul was able to check to pick on Team Hotsy while they were taking the bruiser camp. But he assessed the situation and realized that he will not be able to win the fight on his own, which is why he retreated and decided to go for a gank, which is looking pretty smart.
Yep. Jimmy dealing some damage here on the top Immortal. Band of Brewers didn't travel a nice route there though to counteract the Garrosh Q. Cooldown for cooldown here, and no real risk for the assassin there.
Yeah, the teams just continue to run around. Not a lot of damage done to the Immortal, not a lot of damage done by the teams to the lanes, but we do have the Bruiser camp pushing in bot lane for Band of Brewers.
Diablo goes in onto the Sylvanas there. They get the pick off here. Nice pedal A from Band of Brewers. Gets the first kill in this team fight. They did a lot of damage from the backline though, but Li Ming has a bit of trouble finishing anything up. Leoric gets the kill on backline. Resets are coming in. Chen is really low, so is Leoric. Will they get the kill? Leoric falls, so does Chen here. Garrosh super low. Nice sleep dart. Li Ming, another kill. 2 for 3 here in this very scrappy team fight. Jimmy tries to deal some more damage. Might be in trouble though. Jukes the orb, jukes the dart, and he will get out.
What a nice collection of trades between the teams, but as we have mentioned, Li Ming gets resets, and also Leoric gets to move back a bit earlier, which allows them to force a 4v2 and kill a Reynor.
They're gonna be doing their best to defend here. Chen jumps in onto the Immortal, finds an Ana, but doesn't really go for it. No damage available right now. Zeratul comes in from the top, and Sylvanas dealing with Li Ming. Dealing some damage.
Which does make her easy prey for the Zeratul. Unfortunately, Gersh is here to stop that attempt. But the race is kind of intensifying with Sylvanas being doing...
It's gonna be a close one. Yeah, and Team Hotsy will get the Immortal here with a sliver of a shield. It's gonna go to bottom lane as first Immortal goes to the team in red.
Yeah. Team Hotsy gonna enjoy that one as well as they enjoyed their early advantages, and they are also in the kill lead. I wouldn't say that Band of Brewers can't get back in the game. After all,
no,
we
certainly
haven't
not.
seen the power spikes come into play yet. The biggest one in my opinion being level 10. But I would imagine level 16 and level 20 could bring a lot in those team fights as well.
Yeah.
The Immortal will get through the wall, but nothing much will be accomplished as he dies. Chen was farming top lane alone this entire time, which does allow Band of Brewers to get some experience lead.
Mm-hmm.
But we do see that the teams are just continuing doing business as usual.
Zertul with rotation to top lane, gonna go starting that camp in top. Attempted flip there by Garrosh in bot lane, but Diablo charges away before he gets caught.
And while I'm not trying to jinx anything, the bad overlay is still up on stream and people in chat are
Oh,
supposedly
that's very unfortunate. My apologies.
So yeah, Zertul will be successful in taking the top camp without being seen, because he's cloaked, haha. But Team Hotsy will take this opportunity, notice that Zertul is absent, and just takes a bot camp, which results in a trade, which I think Team Hotsy will be winning, because now they get a chance to go straight on top of that fort.
Yeah.
Raynor falls quite low.
Oh, the Liming Orb
Down.
blows him up as he tries to step up again into the lane here, and
So that's gonna hurt.
that stings. Garrosh comes in again with full tap, and teams are gonna be looking for their bruisers, I believe. Chen versus Leoric in top, a lot of hit points being traded, and I don't know who's gonna win this. It's gonna be a close one. Oh, he gets the kill here with the lost crit on the big mace. Chen tried to use the Panda Pals, but got denied. It's probably good that he didn't, honestly. The kill is unfortunate, but having that available to you is worth a lot more for this big team fight coming up.
Yeah, I think Fire is a really huge game changer for Chen, as he's just able to go in and harass the heck out of the backline without actually dying, because to kill Chen while he's in his ultimate, you have to kill all three of the pandas, which...
And two on the Diablo here though. Another silence flipped in. Will they get them? Yes, hit down he goes. And another Shen with the follow-up taunt. Great team fighting here from Team Hotsy.
Notably, another way to stop an Earthling Fire Chen is just interrupt the ultimate, which we have seen here. A pretty nice taunt from the Garrosh to secure the double kill on for Team Hotsy.
Yeah.
Are now firmly in the lead, getting 3 halftime shell and continuing to do some damage on the Immortal. You're on a bit of a lane, no input for him, so...
We do have Void Prison now. That's a pretty big heroic coming in right now. Epoch follow-up. The stun gets Leoric down, and follow-up onto the Ana will kill her off as well. Big teamfight combo here. That's what they need to do. Chen jumping onto the Garrosh. Another stun follow-up. And down he goes. Sylvanas is unable to make anything happen there from the backline. And they used a bunch of cooldowns to kill them early in this fight. And then they respawned, came back with everything. And big trade here.
Spawns in the middle of 3 people, uses E immediately to try and back, loses half HP, but is alive in the end.
Yeah.
Watch for your respawn, Leoric.
It's fine, he'll be back again, right? So, big damage here on the Mortal in bottom, and Chen and Diablo both trying to peel away from the others. Now walking in, Sleep Dart misses here from the Ana. Could have got out the Jimmy or Malfurion in there, perhaps. And now it's very equalized on the map right now. Teams are tapping, both are level 12, neither will get 13. Shen gets flipped in, but big taunt on the front line.
Uses his E to negate all of the damage incoming, and Earthling Fire is suppressed. Let's see what the chip will be.
Oh, hits 3 there in the backline.
We do see that Ana is falling quite low and actually falls straight into the grave, which will be the only bit in this fight, as Team Hotsy will notice. The fight is not going as they want to, and will just...
Are they trying to re-engage here? Leoric goes in and it falls quite low. Another stun. Liming trying to poke in. Jimmy's rising as well. Both teams very scrappy here now. Another entomb onto Chen. He can't jump away. Gets stunned. And Jimmy gets the race done, but they're now a man down. Slow onto the Malfurion here. Stun and peel from Diablo. Garrosh. Oh, another big Void Prison. There is an Epoch, but...
Epoch is not...
Diablo was stuck in it. He couldn't use it. Leoric walks away.
Walks away,
so low.
Dead, so
These void prisons.
The
Holy.
fights are really going as we have expected in a normal front-to-back team fight. Team Hotsy should be able to win. But when the Brewers have enough expected to just make them not front-to-back team fights and just jump into the back line, void freezing everyone, and blow the opponents up.
Yeah. It could have been an epic epoch, but unfortunately Diablo was clipped into the void prison as well there, and they take the first fort. Yeah. Leoric might be in trouble here. Gets dive on by the Zeratul, another cleave, and with Jimmy walking in here under the fort, they will get the kill and maybe even try to take this bottom fort.
I mean, of course they will try to take this bottom fort. They have 5 people in the bot lane versus the 4 men that their opponents even need to get to the bot lane fast. The fort is already on half HP, and now with Yosh moving in,
It's a big slow though. Leoric is looking for an entomb of some kind. They found the Chen, and I entomb on him, flip away. There's the taunt to interrupt, and down he goes. Nice play here. Transparent with the Twarner Dream.
Used to silence Liming, which is pretty big, but will not save the Malfurion or the Diablo, who is getting thrown back in the backline, where he will find his last resting place, or returning 5 seconds later because of the trade.
Oh.
Raynor not in the best position as he's forced to retreat in the direction of his opponent's core just to buy some more time, which I don't know, I don't think that section is...
Yeah, it might have been... This is not gonna chain a death on the map. It might have been better to just try to trade and kill someone. Might actually get the chance there with the Ana, get slept though. No, good try, but alas, it's not gonna happen. That timing is really unfortunate, like you said. It might have been optimal to just die sooner, so you can be back in time for this next Immortal spawning. Bot team's really even on XP here with the map basically equal.
Team Hotsy feeling their one-man advantage are actually gonna go and check on the Brewers camp to possibly try and invade it, but finding no one, they will just retreat as when the Brewers jump on top of the camp. They will lose some race, but they will take a camp, and that will stop some bleeding in the bot lane and allow them to fight once the trainer is respawned, which is gonna be pretty nice. The halftime show is won without any contestation. I think there was one attack from Chen on the Immortal in this entire time. But the main action starts here with...
Yeah, I'm gonna show you the talents as soon as they have level 16 here, but we need all the real estate we get on screen. A lot of damage dealt into the top Immortal here by Team Hotsy. They need to walk away. Zeratul finds 2. Nice unstoppable though.
Everyone is lanced. Raynor is the first death. Yosh is dead as well, and we do see the kills come through. So once is dead, the little pandas are falling down, but not falling down fast enough. Chen responds with full HP and starts drinking, as Chen does.
Yeah, Zeratul gets away with the skin of his teeth, and it's a 2 for 2 in the end there.
I think Team Hotsy are the winner of this fight because they are able to secure the Immortal as a result when the Brewers needed the Windsor and
the Zeratul is just kind of running him down though. He has level 16 now. Gets the cleave damage in, gets the kill on Ana and on the one on Leoric here. So Zeratul now super powerful with the late game talents. They do have a full shield Immortal against them, but they get to defend for free, sort of. They do get Jimmy up here to deal some damage. This fort might fall anyway. Questionable, maybe not. But yeah, this Immortal is not going to do very much, as you can see.
This Immortal is not able to provide much in terms of push, yet it still manages to kill the fort, and it does deny the Immortal to their opponents.
Yes, absolutely.
With a 4-man push against 2 people, could have done a lot of damage.
Yeah, Zeratul has consistently been able to find groupings of 2 or 3, and it's something you need to learn to play against. You need to do like the spreading thing, and it can be difficult on this map for sure. There's a lot of like positions where you need to run through a choke, and then it's a prime opportunity for a Zertul to catch you. It's hard to play around, and I think the Zertul player for Band of Brewers has been doing a good job so far.
Yeah, they definitely have done a pretty nice job with finding all of the white reasons and following them up with Apocalypse where possible. Because on one occasion we did have the Diablo stuck in a white reason, which was very unfortunate for Band of Brewers. The follow-up to the initial combo was pretty sad though, in my opinion. Zertul gets stunted and thrown, but is able to blink away from
Yeah, this is an opportunity here for Band of Brewers to go for this fight. Missing taunt means that Chen is basically free to just jump into the team and use the Panda Pulse whenever. The only thing you need to care about is, I guess, Wave of Force and Ana interrupt. They might not get the opportunity here. It's another 15 seconds on the taunt, so slight timing window here if you want to take it.
And the Immortals are ready to spawn in, which now they will be spawning in what I usually call the home position, which does mean if you want to force down
look at
Immortal,
Zertul. Oh, gets stunned! He gets clipped by the stun there! Taunt misses though. Sleep is done as well.
Chen takes a lot of damage, but it all comes in the E, which means that he's able to drink it all away, as Chen does.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Zertul there. Another stun on Chen, follow up here, no taunt available, sleep, and they get the kill here. VP in the backline on 1. Diablo goes in deep. There's the outpoke. He's gonna look for the Sylvanas. Uses Unstoppable though. No flip for him. Li Ming with the Nano in the backline looking for Jimmy. Gets one, traded him back. Oh my god, Li Ming cleans up. And Zertul goes onto the Ana. He might... No, he's not gonna escape. Nice sleep dog, and down he goes. Full team wipe for Team Hotsy.
When Band of Brewers aren't able to find the white reasons that they want to, the fight quickly turns to trends for them. Pretty unlucky, but well done by Team Hotsy, finally being able to dodge the white reason and turning what started as a pretty scrappy teamfight into a pretty good teamfight for them.
Oh, I didn't realize this. The reason Leoric takes that camp is so quickly is he has Spectral Leech Mithril Maze. Very unexpected, but I suppose it is the best racing talent for Leoric. I'll give them that. And it seems to not matter that much for their team fighting anyway, so curious choice here, but just smacking down buildings left and right.
I don't think Leoric is able to just eat through the targets that he wants to.
Yeah, that is very possible as well. You can get the Jimmy, but you'll probably never get Zeratul. Oh, Team Hotsy here are actually waiting until they have full mana and everything on their players. With Garrosh now on the point, Ana behind to try to get him out. And this might end poorly. No stun attempt.
Try to force a fight here instead of just trying to get as much of a shield as possible. They do have all of their ultimates, in fact both teams do, so a fight might be here and it might be pretty good, but Zertul needs to be very because the last fight was him being caught out by a stray Immortal.
There's some big playmaking heroics on the side of the red team right now. Blue team, sorry. There's both Blink, Diablo, Hellgate, as well as... Oh, they see the Zertul, they know he's there. Just gonna stand there and wait.
I like the fact that they are just standing around on a flank, trying to find and engage, while the Immortal just ravages the keep. That is not something you usually see in Rare Cup, where people just...
Panda bounces down, goes for the VP here. Epoch is available. And they go for the Syl, big silence though, but down he goes. Zeratul and Panda Pulse too much. Page Biscuit on the Diablo looking for more. The Immortal is on the core. It's gonna deal some shield damage. But the teamfight still rages with one down for the team in red.
And Sylvanas being the only casualty in the fight. I would like to notice that Liming was actually able to blink out of this Void Prison without being stunned by the Apocalypse, which was very good and in the end provided a lot of damage for Team Hotsy and denied a potential kill for Band of Brewers.
Yeah, and Diablo peeling the Garrosh away to stop him from helping his own teammates in the Epoch as well. It's a pretty good move. There's some nice moves overall being made in this game. Leoric takes another camp in bottom, while Band of Brewers pushes this one kill advantage to try to take this top wall.
Well, let's see if that will happen, because we do have Taunt, we do have Doom, and more importantly we have Buried Alive for the Leoric, which makes him a game changer, really. If you're able to hit it on several people, you basically want to fight in a coordinated environment, which I would like to think that at this point it pretty much is.
Yeah, definitely. This is the best teams out of Division 2 and Division 3 from Heroes Launch in the European Season 11. It's Band of Brewers versus Team Hotsy in the first quarterfinals of the day. We have another one going on Channel 1 as well. Next Immortal spawns. The map is quite even so far. I feel like this is the one last team fight kind of situation right now. Whoever wins the next team fight is in a very good shape to take the game home. Map position currently, I would say, is position favorably for Team Hotsy. They have the middle, and Band of Brewers are kind of stuck here in top lane.
I don't know, it's actually interesting because while I do believe that if Team Hotsy wins the team fight, they are just able to finish out with an Immortal, regardless of the amount of shieldings that the Immortal has. I would argue that Band of Brewers have to pull out a particularly good team fight to not just win, but win with some kind of significant advantage for them to be able to close out this game.
They are looking here. Sertul is kind of sharking around. Jimmy takes the camp in the meanwhile. They still need to care about their top line with two katas coming in. Leoric here goes quite far in. No Entomb quite yet though.
And here we can see while Liming is such a good pick on Battlefield of Identity, just being able to poke down the Immortal.
Yeah, Sertul has to go back, and when they see him, they can go for a fight here now. He cleans up the catapults. Yeah, one may have been too small of an opportunity, but yeah, like you said, Liming gets the chance to poke, and still though, very tense moment here right now. Leoric steps up into a Shen. Sertul, sneaky. Garrosh has his position.
And right now, Band of Brewers actually do have an advantage because they do have that hard camp pushing on the bot lane, going straight into the wall at this point, and they have to go back to defend.
Yeah, Sylvanas is leaving to deal with this now, so they can now step up and deal some damage. I don't expect them to actually get a team fight, but this move here will allow them to deal a lot of damage onto the Immortal.
Ana misses a sleep dart, which could potentially be deep. It's not a cooldown that is reflected on the overlay, but it is a pretty huge cooldown to remember because it turns
Sertul is in their backline now. He can be stealthed on mount. Oh, but the Garrosh barely sees him there, I think. They know where he is right now, and gets the taunt into the stun. Is it gonna be enough? Oh, barely not. Two cooldowns down here though. Sertul baiting them out just barely. Good attempt there, but could not make it happen. Diablo goes in, finds the nav. Panda Pulse as well. Apok and the Void Prison. A bit of an awkward situation. Ana with a huge dart. Spark cannot get away. Looming down from Sertul. Traded from Malfurion. Panda Pulse quite weak here. Ana into two people. Sertul with the cleave healing. It's so much. Will he get another one? Another stun. 2 for 2 so far. Jimmy kills off Ana.
While Ana dies. Actually,
is it gonna be enough? No, Chen will save him here, so it's 2 for 3? No, 4 for 2? I can't even count right now. Anyway, Team in Blue is winning this fight. Jimmy and Chen will be able to clean up this Immortal. There's no halftime though, so...
It was a 4 for 3, but Diablo had his passive, which is why he was able to return so quickly.
Oh, Garrosh may have overstepped here. Diablo's coming in. They decide not to go for him. They trigger halftime, and Jimmy will be able to do a lot more damage right now.
Ooh, and the Immortals in the away position, what I call, does mean that Band of Brewers are free to do damage, and Team Hotsy actually have to force the fight to stop them from
Yeah, they're trying to push them away. It's kind of a tough situation here. Stun onto the Chen with the shared healing there from the shields. Living deals a little bit of damage, tries to, but I think the orb even misses. In this whole shebang, they lost bottom keep to catapults. The counter push with Sylvanas, she has position and probably took all the catapults in the bottom lane there. And the map is now actually very heavily pushing against Banner Brewers.
Banner Brewers finally finding the decisive advantage that they wanted in the team fight, but Garish and Leoric were able to stall just enough for the entire team to respawn, and now we're back to square one. Except there is Immortal pushing.
Yeah, they have pretty good anti-siege here, and they don't have a minion with them, so it's only this Immortal now walking in. Shield is gonna go down, it's gonna move up even further to get a tiny bit of more safety, I suppose, to deal damage. Double stun from Garrosh. DP is down.
Let's see. We do have an engage on top of
Big counter Entomb though, 1 for 1 so far. The Nano Liming trying to get kills, gets flipped away by Garrosh. Leoric quite low here. Oh my god, he actually lives! Barely not. Moonfire kills him off. The Immortal is defended, and they are trying to end here. They have Jimmy, that's the biggest threat. Liming tries, but barely misses. There's no taunt available yet. They are trying to end. Chen, Zeratul, Jimmy. It's gonna be tight. I don't know if they can do this. They have 2 Illidans on the core, sort of. Chen. 8, 5. No, Zeratul falls! Oh my god! They defend! Oh!
Can I please stop casting those games?
Oh my god! That's it, right? Who's respawning? That's Diablo.
I mean, it should.
Yeah, it has to be over. Like, oh my god, they actually make the defense happen. That was so close.
I don't know. In the end, they still have to go through 50% of the shielding plus 63% of the HP proper, and
if Diablo can peel Liming away, maybe? They have Sylvanas here though, they have Leoric. This is probably done, but I'm not gonna say anything yet. They taunted Diablo here, Liming not trying even.
That allows another orb in, and yeah, I think that's
Diablo's gonna fall. Tries to Hellgate them, and GG, Team Hotsy takes the first map after a super tight game on Battlefield of Eternity.
Oh my god, so sad. The core falls down, and I definitely agree.
Ay, that was a spicy one. Whew! Okay, so I would call that a very good start to a playoff day, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they still have at least one more match together, and hopefully a third one as well, and I cannot expect what is happening, what is going to happen. I'm actually pretty scared for the mental of the teams a bit, because those situations can be pretty tough on that point. But I think at this stage people are okay with accepting the losses and getting out.
Yeah, you need to be able to like reset your mind state here. You are really close to winning. Like, I think you should. Well, that's really tough to accept that you lost this game. I feel like for both teams, this is proof that you can teamfight them. Like, you have what you need to beat them. It is now down to very small margins, and at some point, the team who has like the slightest edge, like it comes down to daily form. I think who had better sleep, who ate properly, is someone hungover. I don't know if you can be with the current state of Europe, but you know, I think it's small things, and just keep it in, keep it together, play well, and I certainly think any team can take this.
In terms of the game proper, I think it actually, this ending exemplifies how the game was going this entire time, with Band of Brewers being very explosive in their place and getting quite far with them, but unfortunately in the end they aren't able to get there quite far enough, and Team Hotsy just able to hold on and methodically dismantles the core
Hmm.
of their opponents.
Yeah, there's a lot of sweaty team fights in the middle there that there's just counter kills coming straight up. There was an amazing counter entomb on the defense when they panda pulsed in and just entomb over top of the kill target. The kill target dies, but they also killed off someone from that team. So it's probably worth it still. If that's the best you got, then you still get a 1-for-1 and you can continue fighting after that. I feel like the pick of Unstoppable on Sylvana 16 was a good choice. It did save her a couple of times from Diablo flips, and it also gets you out of APOC. Um, so there's a lot of good moves happening.
So, based on this game, what would you expect the teams would switch in their approach to game number 2 drafting? Because
Um,
I'm definitely imagining that Zertal getting banned ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say that too. You probably need to respect Zeratul. It very nearly won them the game in the end there. Um, Otherwise, maybe you just pick away the Malfurion. Their bans were, what were their bans? It was Johanna together with Alarak. So the Johanna ban
And
may be a comfort pick.
on the side of Band of Brewers, we saw Greymane banned alongside Deathwing, which I
Mhm.
don't think Deathwing will get out of bans, but I believe with Band of
No,
Brewers choosing first pick for game number 2,
yeah. So
they
speaking of
could
first
leave
pick
Greymane open.
and people who usually should be banned, how about Soul? Depending on the map, he can be very problematic. Um,
That
and
is actually a good point.
yeah, he was uncontested
Soul
this draft.
is not a hero that everyone remembers because he was not in the meta until his very recent buffs. But
Hmm.
last weekend we saw teams show us how good Zoo can be.
Yeah, I would say so.
And I think the reason why he was not noticed throughout the draft is because Battlefield of Eternity is a teamfight specific map,
Hmm.
not exactly a lot of push action here with just 2 lanes.
No, certainly true. I feel like there are drafts you can run on Battlefield where he would fit, but if you want two assassins, which both teams certainly did, then I don't think he fits as well. He can be um, either the main tank or a bruiser for a double support comp if you have Vala behind it, but neither team opted to go for that. They wanted more flexibility in poke instead of the just brute force that double support offers you.
I mean, I don't think that the double support approach could have worked versus either of those comps. Maybe it could have worked for Band of Brewers versus Hotsy, but I don't know. It seems like the way that Band of Brewers have played game number 1, I doubt that they will be able to provide um, the
Hmm.
same level of gameplay from double support composition as this compositions that they ran in game number 1, because these are two spectacularly different mindsets which you have to approach the game on, and these compositions are played in, I would even say, two opposite ways, honestly, because while one of them relies on blow-ups and getting quick combos to advance, the other one is just a slow step-by-step forward going in with double support to attack your backline.
Yeah, it's
Another
true.
is Infernal Shrines
Mm.
for game number 2, and Zoo is actually pretty solid on this map. The
Oh
other
yes.
hero that I would like to nominate as a potential pick that we should be waiting for
Yeah.
is Kathas,
Okay.
because in lower divisions at least, Kathas is one of the most popular heroes, and I would say that Infernal Shrines is one of his best maps with a lot of wave clear needed for
Hmm.
the objective.
Yeah. He's pretty good at sniping minions too, and fighting on that objective into a Keltas can be just destructive. If you can living bomb the minions and then it's still spread to heroes, and it's really difficult to see that. So you can do some sneaky moves with him for sure. And yeah, just follow up combo is always good. The issue becomes his stun is harder to use on the shrine, obviously, but you just use the trait first and then you snipe through the minions you need to regardless, and perhaps and you get the follow up kill. Other good picks, like any wave clear on your offlaner is probably important. So your Sonias, your Leorics, your Blazes, even Blaze main tank, you can have to increase your wave clear. But then again, if you wanted wave clear on your tank, you take Johanna. So it's kind of potato in that sense. Teams seem to be pretty close. I'll just let them know that we are good to go whenever they are.
Yep.
And you will also be able to vote for who you think is going to win as the draft starts. We have another game going on Channel 1 as well. That is Don Arfedoras versus Hippopotamus. That's being casted by Samu and Shadowwriter. So maybe go check them out in between. Maybe you multi-Twitch. I'm sure there's the possibility to make a link for that happen.
And for those that prefer to just hear the results, we do have Don Arfedoras winning game number 1, which I definitely would have expected, but I have heard people calling the fact that Hippopotamus ended up in second position in their group a huge surprise. So them dropping quickly out of the bracket is not a thing that we expect, I imagine.
Yeah, okay. So they upset their group then, is what you were hearing. It's always fun to see when a team comes from the bottom and can make a play for the championship.
So yeah, the teams are saying that they are back, and I would imagine that we are gonna get to the draft soon.
Alright, so waiting for someone. Alright, so it seems like the teams are actually good to go here very shortly. And this is going to be the quarterfinals, game 2 on Infernal Shrines between Band of Brewers versus Team Hotsy. I'm Dentro, and joining me is Yosh. We're going to go to Infernal Shrines.
Pikoch. And yeah, this time we do have Band of Brewers choosing the first pick after they have lost, and therefore they do get the first ban as well. Let's see how this will switch our draft experience.
Yeah, I expect Zool to be in the first 5 heroes appearing for this draft. That's my gut feeling. I think he's quite good. If you've ever played Zool with Bloodlust Rhaegar, just try that once, and you will, like, it's just funny how a team folds under the scythes of death from this Necromancer. It's gonna be the Diablo Respect ban. I don't begrudge them that at all. It was a dangerous play last game for sure.
I don't know, Diablo played quite well, but with Zertul being such a show stealer, is a bit weird to me that they decided to strike into Diablo out of that combination. But to be fair, Diablo is a bit more versatile and can actually play in a lot of different ways. Deathwing banned out once again. Band of Brewers not looking to switch their ban strategies for this one, and Johanna is getting out of the draft as well. A lot of, and you were correct.
Yeah. So based on these bans from Team Hotsy, I assume they have something for this Zool now. A super early Kel'Thuzad is apparently what they're going to be doing instead, which I can understand. If you just deny Zool any chance to engage and you chain him to a piece of ice and then you blow him up. That is one way to deal with him.
That is interesting because you have mentioned that has Zul kind of lacks ways to go in, but once he is in, he is able to provide a lot with his roots and enthusiasm.
That's a spicy
Which is why you pick Zorega to Bloodlust,
Yeah.
you know?
Then you just run at them, and it doesn't matter how quick or slow you are.
Also, the Alarak shows up being banned in game number 1, probably to just prove to Team Hotsy why you continue banning that purpose.
Yeah, and it also enables long-range engage now because of the Alarak. You can actually pull someone into the Soul range, so you don't need to walk into them on mount like you usually do. Your Kael'thas involvement here is denied, so you were right that it's something to look out for.
I'm actually interested to see that Team Hotsy have banned out 2 of the tanks and have not picked one first yet. I mean, we also don't see the tank on the side of Band of Brewers, which makes banning tanks a bit unlikely. And yes, Ana, I would say, is a pretty good ban.
Yeah.
You want to deny the combo with the Kael'thas after all.
And but playing Gregor yourself, denying the heal from Bloodlust can actually be pretty good. Or Ancestral, like, I'm just gonna assume this is Bloodlust. We will see at level 10, but Ana in general has been good against Gregor.
And here we see the variant, who was actually third banned on map number 1.
Okay.
Abysmal Fury, and this time swapping sides from what Band of Brewers had picked.
Yeah, so still a super good support.
Showing up as one of the better healers in this meta. Variant does provide some amount of engage, can potentially another way to stop Zul with the taunt. Can stop Alarak and prevent basically most of his damage. And on the side of Band of Brewers, we see another way to speed up the Zul with Zarya.
Yeah, okay. So this is
combination that I've first seen with ran by Sloth Highlights, and they have won their cup, so nice example to follow up on.
That's a pretty spicy draft from Band of Brewers there. We'll see what Team Hotsy are going to pick up here. I assume some sort of wave clear ranged. It's going to be the Jimmy. Just a solid auto attacker. Can also follow up on the variant outreaches. I assume what they're going to be running. So how I see this going is Team Hotsy blows up a target and then dies to Bloodlust. That's kind of my gut feeling here. You're losing either Sul or Zarya or Mal'Ganis or maybe Alarak. It doesn't really matter, but the rest probably kills the team here. Like, that's how this feels just by judging these abilities going up against each other.
I think they blow one target each, while Zul gets close. And once Zul gets close, we do have Band of Brewers just overpowering their opponents.
Yeah.
Somewhat. I'm really interested to see what the variant could bring to the table, or running him in a main tank position, which is pretty interesting. Gonna be the first line of defense versus Zul. One thing that we have not mentioned yet as well is the opportunity of Into being used not as a way to trap opponents in, but to keep opponents out as just a wall.
Yeah, it's a weird force wall, but sometimes you just need a force wall. And speaking of, in the red on the right, Styroxis is on that Leoric, Azeroth is playing Jimmy, Switzy is playing Malfurion, Kassaran on Varian, and Spark is playing the Kaldusad.
And on the left, trying to force game 3, we have Transparent on Rega, Sunrise running out the Zul, HP split on Zarya, Martin on Mal'Ganis, and Insanity on Alarak. They are Band of Brewers, and let's see if their draft is actually the new meta.
It's gonna be offlane Soul so far with actually quite poor wave clear in their 4-man now, so I have a feeling Team Hotsy will be winning that. Getting stacks might be difficult for Kel'Thuzad before the first shrine. We'll see how he does. And Jimmy here now just walks into Avari and doesn't really care, no taunt yet. And a sedate early game, which usually happens on this map actually. The first big scrap usually happens around the first shrine. Soul pushes in and it's gonna be double soaking here, it seems. At least the first wave, it's fine.
I'm actually interested in the fact that they have put Zul on double soaking top and mid, because in my opinion mid and bot are actually closer, which does make some more double soakable, if that word even makes sense. But we do have a lot of siege camps in between those lanes, and you definitely want your foreman up for those to fight there. Leoric will take up to the challenge. I think Zul has a bit more wave clear, at least before 4 for
Oh
sure
yeah, certainly.
he does. But after level 4, I think Leoric can be able to just hold on those double soak.
Yeah, you can match reasonably, but you're always going to be behind just because of the extra skellies and them blowing up in your face. Rhaegar sneaking away a camper, chain hits 2, but sleep denies any follow-up. Combo from Alarak, stun here as well. Will they get the turnaround here attempt onto Martin on the Mal'Ganis, camped by Rhaegar, and the 4-man push there in the bottom. Jimmy has to stay mid, Soul goes top again. Has lost a lot of hit points here from the Jimmy trading into him, so maybe the Leoric can make something happen.
Well, the game is not starting off with a bang as the previous one did, with a double kill on the bot lane where one of the targets was killed by a wave. But it is suddenly interesting to see how the games are going. We do see a route on Mal'Ganis, we do see a lot of just stuff happening between teams. That's how the early game on Shrines usually does. We do take the 3 camps, we do clear them out, and we do move for the bruiser camps before the first objective. Speaking of, Raynor and Malfurion and Kel'Thas on one side, Rhaegar and Zarya on the other. Who do you think will take the camp quicker?
The team of 3 seems to be slightly ahead here. But you have both the Soul and Mal'Ganis on the shrine right now. Soul just cleaving away, getting a few minions here. Uses the shield actually quite early, so Shade is down. Into the Jimmy, it'll be a bit of a trouble. Taunt here onto the Soul, and he's gonna get blown up. No respect there from the Soul player, and gets punished as expected.
I mean, we have been talking about how good Zul is if he goes in, but what if it's not the Zul that goes in, it's the enemy teams that goes in on the Zul and just overpowers him?
Yeah, and with the shield recently spent, stepping in there was proven to be a mistake, and Team Hotsy will pick up the first Punisher here. It's a frozen one, it's gonna go to the middle, and their defense is kind of rough here. Soria doesn't have any energy, so they don't have a real auto-attacker to deal with this right now.
Let's see, the shield is here as well as the jump, which does give Zarya some shield, some energy, but also deprives her of a lot of HP, which might be the worst part about all of this. The wall is quickly taken out, and we see that Team Hotsy is going to find an opportunity to get some more stacks on the counter.
Yeah, it's gotten 11 so far, pretty good, so considering how the game state has been. Been trying to find it in the lanes where their opponents are hanging about. More camps, more camps, more camps. Rhaegar and Mal'Ganis here on the left, with Jimmy pushing into top. But Soul is there on time. Might get spiked here though, doesn't quite have it yet. And another stack for the mage.
Nonetheless, it's a 4-man rotation up top to just kill some structures and deny Zul his safe space where he can hide away from potential ganks that can be happen.
Yeah, that's a really good point. If your opponent just wants to have Soul double soaking, then you can counter rotate, and the other remaining 4 doesn't really have that much wave clear, so you're not gonna get as punished by this. Taunt here though onto the Alarak, gets stuck. Telekinesis, ooh, the triple hit, doesn't have the quest though, and Alarak falls. Second blood here. Mal'Ganis gets a sleep onto the mouth, and Zarya kind of stuck here now. Is there a route available? Yes, there is. Combo down. No, nothing from Kel'Thuzad quite yet. One more
Just off
kill.
cooldown as well, I imagine. So yeah, we have talked about how Band of Brewers composition can be strong, but unfortunately without Zazul and without their power spikes, particularly that level 10 where you get the Bloodlust, you get the Graviton Surge, and you do get a lot of power on level 10 for Band of Brewers, which basically is the thing that makes their comp peak. Anyways, we do have a
Oh.
fight starting, and Kel'Thuzad is already blown up, proving my
T-Tours.
point spectacularly as Malfurion is dying to equalize the kill score.
Apologies for the T-Tours a moment. I was trying to up Yosh's volume here. There was some feedback in chat. Yeah, as we said though, 2 down with Band of Brewers pushing into bottom lane here. Spending a lot of heroics for this, but that's probably worth it. They are running Ancestral Healing actually, not the Bloodlust as I was suggesting earlier. Big sleep from Morganis, taunt from Varian, and Tomb Bear, they're now stuck under the fort trying to fight. Cleanse and Unstoppable away. Rooted again though, Zarya will probably fall. Her self-shield is not going to be enough. And it's a trade back with kill here onto the Zarya.
So yeah, teams continue to trade blow for blow is what we like to see. In terms of ultimate usage, I mean, we do know that this composition wants to use a lot of ultimates. It does rely on that explosive fight which you get and then you reap the advantages, as Band of Brewers were doing in the first game, as Band of Brewers are doing in this one. Ancestral Healing, I think the issue with Rhaegar is that his ultimates are a bit like Oriel's after Resurrection was buffed. But with the case of Oriel, we did know that Resurrection was actually OP. And this time both ultimates are kind of a similar power level, which is why we do see Ancestrals basically force of habit mostly. This Graviton is here, and the Auric is also dead, and Band of Brewers are continuing to run in, trying to catch out the Rainer, which they will be able to do. Quick 2 kills are...
Oh, the counter though. That's not quite the damage you were hoping for.
And we do see that Varian pays the price, as Carrion Swarm is used to becomes a kill, which Morganis is gonna get picked up right after exiting the ultimate. So yeah, pretty snappy fights from the teams, waiting for their moment to bite and then biting pretty hard. In the end, it does seem to end in a 1-for-1 trade as the teams respawn, the teams join in, and since Band of Brewers won the initial engage, they were able to get on top of the altar, which they never lost control of, and the Mortar Punisher will move straight down the top 4.
Yep. I've been trying to fix the audio balance issues for everyone in the chat. I did not realize it was that off. So hopefully we can now hear Yosh actually cast this game. Big counter engage on this Entomb. Again, is looking for the sleep in the back. Ancestral counteracts the Kel'Thuzad combo, and Punisher still pushing with Soul in bottom lane. Nice telekinesis here. Will kill off Leoric. Trying to peel away, and Soul has just been doing Soul things. Pushing with a slight XP lead now for the team in blue.
Which does turn into big leads as we see the fort in the mid lane almost ready to fall, and the fort in the bot lane is not looking good as well. Spark is here to provide some damage on top of the Zul, but gets caught out by the telekinesis, and the Kel'Thuzad is dead. Leoric is also rooted, uses E to get rid of any possible crowd control, and gets away. The thing that is not able to get away is the fort in the mid lane, which is cleared out now, with Band of Brewers moving straight to the bottom one afterward.
Yeah, good move there onto the mid. Didn't have enough damage on his own to kill off the Soul, and with the team rotating in, they are able to pick off the fort in addition to the kill there on Kel'Thuzad. So we're doing some good combos, but when they don't lead to kills, the hero is has some issues. Let's say that they do have some extra sustain. They're quite tanky, and with Counter-Strike available, Zarya shields, Morgana's tankiness in his own tanky in his own right. Rhaegar is the squishiest, but the doggo can take some hits. We'll see what this rotation now leads to. Leoric quite far away, has the E though. Walks away, a spike comes in, and goes for the Alarak, misses though, and that's it for that for the moment. Camp pushing mid, and the blue team throwing their weight around with the level 16 advantage.
One talent choice that strikes me as odd so far is Varian actually opting to go for the E upgrade over the parry upgrade on level 10. With the enemy team featuring the likes of Alarak, I think you really want that defense from magic damage, but who knows? I think going in and being able to go out quickly as well might just be the better option.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the team's pretty much resetting as well as it could be said. We do see Team Hotsy just moving back, hugging the keeps, trying to get their talents before getting the fights.
Mm-hmm.
And Band of Brewers do respect that with just trying to clear out everything on the map and continuing to get their leads.
Unresponded to, this top lane will take the keep. They will go up here though and deal with this. Leoric finds most of Band of Brewers there. Soul in the bot lane again, just pushing in. And they are gonna pose here with 4, letting Soul deal with the bottom lane there.
So yeah, we do see a 4v4 in the objective with Band of Brewers having a slight lead, but only really slight lead as the teams are just clearing the camps out, not even trying to fight with each other so far, although the atmosphere is...
They go for the Soul here, gets cleansed. Lots of cooldown spent. Oh!
And Graviton on 3 people, that's gonna be huge. Careful, that is blown up instantly. We do see Twilight Dream come out from Hotsy to save his team somewhat, but we do see that Styroxis is gonna get low and gonna actually fall down. Hotsy is trying to get away using the roots, but he's gonna be chased down by the Rhaegar, staying not alive in the end.
Yeah, good team fight here from... oh! What?
Well,
did he get counter-struck?
I don't know, maybe? I think Counter-Strike was used a bit before.
Yeah, the cooldown doesn't line up.
My guess is that he just got E'd by the Alarak after some of the Zarya Qs, because that Russian movement has a lot of energy in her right now, and you definitely don't want to stand in Russian's women's path.
No, that can probably end poorly. Good team fighting so far from Band of Brewers. The cleanse usage onto the Keltos on target, and then they just walk away and you re-engage immediately. So there's, in essence, a whole hero down because Keltos doesn't have his kit anymore. Sleep here from Morganis, jump onto Leoric, nice pull. They spread for the chains, doesn't really hit anything there. And onto the mouth, another follow-up engage, more Zarya ults here. Mouth goes down to the cleave, and they're trying to save their backline. Leoric is quite deep into 3 people. Soul goes down to the Varian charge, has another one left. Jimmy tries to walk away, and
Leoric is actually able to leave and just back in the bush, which is pretty solid. Kalfazat is dead once again, and Varian is gonna join him in the...
Yeah, they're just gonna go for the core here. With the Zarya full energy, it's gonna be real difficult to push her away, especially since Jimmy can't really walk in here. Goes with Horn and Tomb, gets slapped immediately here. They're doing the best to defend. Maybe they get Mouth back on time, but it doesn't seem likely. And GG is being called. It's gonna be 1-1 with Band of Brewers equalizing on map 2.
So yeah, this time around we do see pretty much the same thing that what happened in game number 1, but executed a bit better by the side of Band of Brewers. We saw ultimates hitting a lot of people and leading to explosive engages. We saw a lot of picks out of nowhere that happened, and the one difference I think was one undead boy just running between the lanes and collecting as much soak as possible.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what he does. It's what he likes. Alright. Sorry, there's some behind the scenes activity going on. We have other games being prepped, of course. GG's called in the match lobby, so we'll see whether Team Hotsy wants first pick or map pick. I like first pick in the current state of things, personally. We usually just ban out the maps we don't want to play at all, and then feel comfortable doing anything our opponents can throw at us. And I feel like drafting from first pick is a big advantage with the current lineup of heroes available that are like powerful.
I think there is definitely a lot of ways you can play around with potentially getting a lot of advantages out of the second pick, but the ability to just pick any hero outright out of the non-banned ones is just a bit too good to pass on.
Yeah, you will just get the best thing available every time. And in some metas, there have been cases where you need to ban certain things, and then in second pick you get two things that are really good, and your opponent only gets one. I don't know if that's true currently, at least not like the super broken stuff. From what I heard, Soul sits at like a 63% win rate or something stupid like that. That's overall for heroes as a whole. And yeah, we did see him pull out the win here as well. The pressure he has on the map, in addition to what he can do to a team fight, is probably why. Usually heroes who have that like high level impact when it comes to team fighting don't get to be also like wave clear machines, but apparently he does, and he can also main tank if you want to. Like, it's kind of dumb what he offers.
And yeah, that's pretty much it with Zol being able to team fight and split push effectively. The one thing that I want to point out though is not only he gets to team fight pretty well, not only he gets to split push effectively, but the teams also pick compositions that are good around him. We did see Zarya giving move speed bonuses and Graviton Sedges to allow Zul to get close and do damage. We saw Alarak with his telekinesis setting up for some pretty nice picks. And yeah, in terms of adaptation, I definitely predict that Alarak getting banned once again in game number 3 as Team Hotsy sees error of their ways.
Perhaps. If they want the first pick, they get to take him themselves. That's always an option. Team Hotsy has made their choice. They're gonna go to Towers of Doom. So first pick will once again go to Band of Brewers. On the other channel, we had, I don't know what the current status is, there was Dawn of Fedoras versus Hippopotamus.
I think Dawn or Fedoras have won already. I don't remember the score. I would imagine it was 2-0. Now we do see Deers versus Honk Goose Criminals casted by Samu and Shadow Rider on our stream number 1. While we continue bringing to you Band of Brewers versus Team Hotsy.
Yeah.
Spicy matchup for both sides. Three different approaches to the game. And it has been really fun so far to see them interact with each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is one of the battlefields, is I think the only battlefield where you can't lose outright after a fight. You have to be losing for a while, and while you don't make mistakes, you aren't able to lose Towers of Doom. That's my thesis.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Like you can bleed a lot, and it doesn't matter because it's the only map mechanic where damage to your core is
can't just
like
kill the core
yeah,
outright.
exactly. Like it doesn't uh, like losing 3 altars is bad, but it doesn't lose you resources on the map as literally everything else does in this game. You don't lose minions, you don't lose buildings, you don't lose like camps. It's just there's a number that went down and nothing else changes. So it does play a little bit differently, and it also means that it's amazing to cast because like the comeback potential is always there. Someone's sitting on like 5 health, 4 health, 3, 2, like in that range, you feel the tension in the game because at any given moment you might lose, but you can also clutch it out and win from that position, and it doesn't matter that you were there. And yeah, it's always fun to cast. I like this map a lot. Um, we'll see what they go
It's
for.
also pretty testing in terms of mental capability of the teams because while usually it does not crop up as much, House of Doom is one of the maps that feature a lot of counter. I think the only other map in rotation that does it to that effect is Tomb of the Spider Queen, where you have to calculate the amount of gems you have to get in, your opponents have to get in. Here there are some very interesting ways you can play around with the amount of damage you deal to the enemy core by taking the forts around the map.
Mm-hmm.
And I have seen a bunch of lethals missed even this playoffs season.
Ah,
Last week we did see Deers losing game 3 of sorry, not Deers, we did see Stray Dogs losing game 3 of their semifinals on basically miscalculations. They were able to finish the game, but unfortunately they were a little bit too eager to take the
yeah, they didn't
altar,
convert the
which
tower on time.
they were a bit too eager to get the altar,
Yeah.
which did leave their opponents with 1 HP and a lot, and
E-
allowed Fat Nova to stage a pretty disgusting comeback.
yeah, I mean that's why the map is entertaining to me though. They really don't want them to have Greymane for some reason. Um,
And they really want to ban Deathwing, which is why
yeah,
Deathwing will be the other ban of this team.
yeah, probably. We now see Alarak banned, so you now could run Diablo Zeratul again, maybe if you wanted to. If Team Hotsy will be true to their pattern, it's going to be a Johanna ban in the second slot. Um, whether that will be the case or not is uncertain for the moment. Um, I still think Zul is quite good on the map. Any global is obviously strong. Abathur can be really obnoxious. Tracer is a good pick on this map, I would say, because of its nature. It goes long game a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and you can then make something work with her.
Dropping the pretense and banning Zul
Mm.
outright, opening up the potential for Zeratul, opening up the potential Johanna first pick, which, while pretty strong of a character, I don't think that's a hero that fits Band of Bruce's playstyle, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they will actually go for it, as we do see the Ana first pick.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good support. She has playmaking potential and a very good heroic. Actually, 2 good heroics. The interrupt can be like you could play her for the interrupt on the heroic, but I don't
think
know
you
if you
will.
would. But you could if you needed to. I expect not a boost just because of how strong that is still with a mage. Um,
Liming, Leoric, nothing new in terms of what we have seen
mhm.
before. Both
Yeah,
of them provide quite a lot of annoyingness while trying to take the camp. Oh, Johanna actually picked up this
yeah.
time around. Interesting.
They value the Ana higher here because the potential Ana Liming double pick, I would say. So they now
Mm.
pick up their main tank and I assume some sort of damage, probably a mage. It's gonna be the Jimmy once again. Uh,
I am actually
really open
interested.
lineup for them right now.
I am actually interested to see Hanzo from one of the sides because that hero has a lot, and I mean a lot of poke to
Mm-hmm.
disrupt altar captures and can basically buy a lot of time on himself to allow his team to reposition and get in with
Yeah.
a lot of energy. Also, Chromie is one of those long-ranged mages who
Mhm.
are able to disrupt what feels like endlessly.
Yeah, that is kind of true. I don't know how well of a match Chromie and Ana are as together. Like Nano Boost Chromie doesn't feel as intimidating as Nano Boost Jaina or Nano Boost Liming, for example. I'm sure it's still good, but Chromie lacks some of the finishing power of other mages. She has amazing poke, but it's hard to confirm a kill without loop, and I still think you would normally play Slowing Sands. They're gonna remove the Garrosh, so still a couple of tanks here available.
And as Zertal out as well. In terms of tanks, I mean, there is a Mal'Ganis, which they have picked in previous two games. I don't necessarily see a reason to divert from this strategy so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There is a potential ETC who can work pretty well, but they will decide to wait with that choice and choose Sylvanas with Rhaegar. Sylvanas pretty strong in the format with the amount of push that she has, just able to get that bottom tower for herself and then controls the game from there.
Yeah, converting towers is really powerful, and anytime you can deal free damage because you have an advantage on players because you've got a pick off. That's the strength of Sylvanas right now. Ooh, another spicy melee assassin here from Insanity. Insane. It's not insane. It's almost that. Insanity. Maiev, Alrak, and the Ceratul
Circle.
earlier. So pretty spicy lineup there. Nano Maiev, that's the thing. And clumping this team, not the easiest, but it's not the hardest either, I suppose. The hacker for the global, pretty solid lineup. And it's going to be a Blaze main tank for the bunker, I presume, um, to help against this all-in from the Maiev. And
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, the higher you move, the more bunkers you see and the less combustions you see. While
Mm-hmm.
combustion is a pretty strong ability in terms of damage, there are a lot of ways to negate it usually, and that's why bunker with the amazing potential to just deny the damage
Yep.
on people is really good. Also, you do get a lot of AoE engage with your E. You do get some amount of wave clear with your QW, I believe. And yeah, these teams seem to me a bit milder than what we saw in games number 1 and 2. In that, I don't think that Band of Brewers, which by the way consists of Transparent on Ana, Sunrise on Dihaka, Insanity on Maiev, Page Biscuit on Johanna, and Martin on Raynor. I don't think that this composition is as blow uppy as the compositions that they have run to previous times.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, and the comp they're facing on the right, we have Team Hotsy with Spark, once again on Liming, Switzy this time on Rhaegar, Deroxys for the third time on Leoric, Kazaran on Blaze, and Azeroth is playing the Sylvanas.
so yeah, here we go. Game number 3. How interesting the first two games were and how comebacky House of Doom as a map can be. I am expecting a pretty spectacular match to finish off the series.
Oh, gets the drag here and the counter stun. A lot of damage traded here in the middle with Leoric, Dehaka walking top. Dehaka sadly not in good shape to trade here, so he's going to have to be defensive there on the top lane right now. A lot of damage goes into Martin, double stun. Trying to find some more angles here. Spark poking away with the Liming.
The Haka, I would say, is a bit weaker in the offlane, even in the split push potential versus Leoric, but the thing you pick the Haka for is that global, where you can just engage across the map and force a 5v4 in a really short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention that most teams don't expect a taunt from the bush just getting your backliner, and then disengage on the tank target will usually result in a kill.
Both teams on the bottom sappers, bottom lane obviously the most important on this map. Maiev perhaps looking for a way to go in, but opts against it. Dehaka unable to join there, having to go back for a tap. Big scrap in the bottom, trying to keep this away, but Blaze now in a bit of an awkward position, gets pulled back, gets a stun into the Johanna, healing reduction, and is able to walk away. I'm uncertain whether they can actually push these sappers away though. One is gonna go in, two more does fall there, and Blaze quite weak from this Jimmy poke together with Maiev.
1 out of 3 is still a good percentage, I would say. Because it's more than 0, and 0 sappers team is what Hotsy are able to get on this push, which is a bit sad and does mean that their opponent...
Oh, Rhaegar gets caught out there. Stuck with the Maiev and a sleep dart. This might be first blood. Healing dart, healing reduction goes down, and Rhaegar falls. Good cut here on the rotation by the melee assassin. Finds out the support and is able to pick them off.
Yep. Getting rid of the Rhaegar right before the objectives spawn. Although the levels are still low and Rhaegar is able to just go and join his team for the fight down, but let's see how this will go. The altars spawn 3 across the map as always. We do see Dehaka trying to take his one, and Leoric is here to disrupt. Ana takes the altar on the bottom, not interrupted for the time being.
Yeah, and they were able to deal a lot of damage here. The Johanna Blaze matchup is looking kind of awkward for the Blaze. Sylvanas very far forward, might get punished by this, as Johanna happy to condemn. Healing reduce, denying Blaze any sustain, and actually has the Heartstone here. Top lane is still looking kind of even. Well played so far by them, and slightly level lead for Band and Brewers.
Yep. There is a particularly funny exchange in the chat about the healers that was chosen by Team Hotsy, as notably Ana can stop ancestral healing, which can be huge, but to counteract it, Rhaegar can just go with Bloodlust, which, while not as good for the Liming, I imagine, is still pretty solid and does provide the rest of the team with some sustain, which is, I would imagine, less grenadeable.
Yeah, Rhaegar stepping up really far forward here to try to find out what's happening on here. Dehaka goes in, gets stunned by the Blaze though. Drags the Leoric, and very spread team fight here with Rhaegar stuck on the left of the team. Blaze taking a lot of damage, and Leoric barely walking away. Maiev goes in one more time. Big orb from Li Ming, and both teams barely escape, but Team Hotsy very wounded from this trade, as Ana just heals and heals and heals and heals.
Losing an entire camp worth of wall, which doesn't do the tower in this case, which is pretty sad. The next wave will bring 2 altars in mid lane and bot lane, both of which are pretty contested, which does mean that we'll see one more fight. I don't think that Team Hotsy are as good of a fighting team that early in the game. I think they might need more time, or are just forcing the fights at all, but that's not for me to judge.
Big orb onto the Jimmy. Big tether as well though. Counter engage from Blaze as well. Sylvanas goes down, gets killed off by the Maiev. Teamfight still raging here with Rhaegar biting onto the Ana. Maiev falls to Li Ming, resets. Looking for the Jimmy, can't get it though. No more Calamity there. And it's a 1 for 3 as... Oh, it's gonna be 1 for 4.
As the drag hits on top of the Leoric, and Team Hotsy getting kinda squandered.
Yeah, these teamfights have not been looking good for them so far. Rhaegar positioning really aggressively, trying to go for the backline of the team in blue there, but is kind of I don't know, the whole engage looked really awkward. These teams were like intermingled in a way that's not very common for a team fight. With both tanks kind of stuck in the backline of the opponents without being able to do super much. Leoric doing his best at double soak, pushes in mid, and Band of Brewers again focusing on these camps, taking them literally on cooldown, using one camp to take the next, and just keeping on this pressure in bottom lane.
I mean, you have an advantage, might as well go with it. And this is exactly what Band of Brewers will do. We do have the ultimates. Notably, Containment is instead of Warden's Cage for them, yeah, that's pretty interesting way to adapt versus a bunker, I imagine. As
oh, big entomb though. Wailing Arrow sort of misses actually. Nanoboost goes out as well. The hacker comes in. Big bunker though. And
but his Raynor is not savable at this point. We do see Insanity falling quite low, but the Terzor is here and Rega is gonna be the dead one. Teamfight finishes 1-for-1.
yeah, I think Band of Brewers stole a kill there, honestly. A bit surprising that one on them falls. However, Team Hotsy not to be deterred. They're gonna pick up their camp in the bottom there, and I assume they will be moving up the top to contest this next altar.
Which altars are spawning in the top lane, which does mean that
The time is now.
the altars are not usually as contested, but we will.
Oh, Leming committed really hard for the kill and fails and gets punished immediately. Full kit and teleport down. Blessed shield onto the Sylvanas goes down. Jimmy gets the interrupt even with the Banshee there, and they just have to walk away here. Band of Brewers pushing in, and Team Hotsy cannot take their own altar right now.
And Team Hotsy, who were looking to be a bit more aggressive at the start of the engage, are forced to lose their objective in the end of it.
Oh, Leoric might be overextending here, gets silenced. The team takes the slow rotation away. Doesn't matter though. Another nice drag from the Haka gets a kill, and they're gonna put some pressure here into top lane, while Team Hotsy again just have to play catch up on the map. Liming in bottom, joined by Blaze and Sylvanas. They can maybe deal some damage here in the bot lane though. This is what Sylvanas is for. You push in, you get some damage, and then you leave. They're gonna use the trait, and with the Rhaegar joining in as well. They don't. Okay, they do have some vision now thanks to this totem. Good play by him. The Haka Burrow though, it's gonna be dangerous. Finds a dragon to Blaze, gets cleansed. Liming is out. Big stun. He has the bunker, has to use it. Rhaegar completely out of.
Containment discounts the Sylvanas.
Oh, the follow-up Blessed Shield though, it's so good after the bunker, and 2 down. Ancestral goes out. It might be enough to save him, maybe. He doesn't have a bite target though. Peel from Liming, he actually gets out here. So Ancestral spent to save his own life, but Blaze down with Leoric now double soaking.
So yeah, the team's still able to find bites of each other across the map, even though Team Hotsy are a bit on a back foot.
Yeah,
They are going with a bit more macro-based approach with the Sylvanas though, and it will start paying dividends soon on the 1200 HP left on the tower zone. The altar will spawn alone, and the altar will spawn in the bot lane. Pretty contested, pretty isolated from the rest of the map, not a lot of points of entry, which makes sure that the teamfight will be pretty congested, and there is a lot of opportunities for Maiev to go.
Yeah, there is always the threat of the Haka burrowing in at any given point. Sleep down and misses. Rhaegar very far forward here. Takes a lot of damage from the Jimmy. They're trying to make a cap happen, but it's a bit ambitious. Wailing Arrow with the bunker. The Haka is now in. Finds isolation on Rhaegar with a follow-up drag. It's gonna go down. It's gonna be very close. 5 hit points. Does he live? He does. Oh my god. Okay, so there's now a Sylvana stuck into the ult from Maiev. Johanna very low here. Another cap attempted. They to get it. I don't know if it's worth it. A teamfight kill might have been better here. Blaze gets Ancestral and lives. They're turning these fights now. It's gonna be very close. Big spook here. With the Entomb available still! And they get one, they get two. Living resets. Jimmy with that really aggressive Rhaegar once again. They actually turned this fight. It looked really close this whole way. And both teams, I feel, being punished for trying to cap it before it was possible. I don't know if that's true or not. But
And
wow, this was close.
Esports, formerly known as Team Hotsy, wins this fight. Unfortunately for them, we did see that Band of Brewers were able to sneak in a camp. But to the winner goes the spoils, and the spoils in this case will be the tower down bot, which is pretty important because that tower is on the lane where two camps are situated. It also blocks the path to the bottom objective and kinda blocks some ways to the middle one. Which we do see Team Hotsy take the mid tower as well, leaving just one tower to the blue side.
Big Entomb here with the silence follows up. Johanna gets blown up immediately though. Nono Mayav is dealing a lot of damage. Oh, gets in barely ahead of time. Leoric quite low. Has to juke the drag here. Blaze away with the stun. Interruptible as well. Gets caged. Leoric really low. Mayav gets the kill here. And 1 for 1. But it's kind of sketchy right now. Very low hit points on both sides, with Jimmy being the only healthy one. The map is very much in the favor of Team in Red though, with Rhaegar being able to pick up this cap. The Hack actually steals one on top. Uses the burrow. It's gonna.
They have 2 extra towers will mean that
Yeah.
the fact that even if they take 2 extra, 2 ultras instead of 1, more damage goes into the core of Band of Brewers. The big difference here is the amount of HP that's left on the cores, with 30 to 8 being the score. The Haka gets a bit cut out in the top lane by a 4-man rotation with.
Yeah, he just died capping his top altar. That was the consequence of doing so. It stopped a lot of shots on their core. Whether it was worth it, it's hard to say. Leoric spooking in here though, gets a lot of value. Blessed Shield into the backline though. Oh, the Ancestral cancelled, I think. Transparent in trouble here. Oh, it isn't though. Big Entomb looking for this. Oh! Follow-up kill here from Li Ming, looking for more. Poor Mayav stuck under the fort. Not like this. And another kill here for Team Hotsy. That's the comeback we were talking about. They have 8 hit points. It doesn't matter. You can still win this map from this state. And
that could have been the thing that actually allows Team Hotsy to take the rest of the towers and start the BM pinging. As we all know, when you get all 6 towers on the map, your core starts shooting the enemy's core, and that's the closest you actually get to attacking the enemy core on your own.
yeah.
That's gonna be the mid tower done, and Sylvanas is already moving up top to get some push in, while the 4-man of Team Hotsy is gonna be... No, they're actually moving all up top, knowing that Band of Brewers are not exactly going to go for the Ultra before getting the tower or something.
Yeah, they're gonna convert top tower.
Greedy, I think, even.
It gets them level 20 and they should be here before Leoric dies, hopefully, probably. Disc misses. He needs to commit really hard to get this. Okay, Silence and Tomb goes in, spooks them. That's the opening. Blaze misses the stun follow-up. Blessed Shield to kind of peel away. Anna gets killed off here in the backline while leaving the Hacker in trouble as well. And I don't think that they will save him. Team Hotsy just running down the map apparently, and with this converted, I think this is game. They need to pull this back immediately in mid, just to not die to this shot. They're gonna do it, and that's still sort of the same situation. You're gonna get 7 shots from this, I think? Or do you get 6? Yeah, okay.
It can be viewed under the minimap. It's actually
Oh
funny.
yes, of course.
There is a stat for you on Towers of Doom. The teams that got the first keep won in only 22% of the games.
Curious. So they're beating the score down because they did take this first fort.
So the team that takes the first thought wins as usual, but the team that takes the first keep is more likely to lose than to win, which is a pretty interesting statistic. And
Yeah,
I
that's
think
kind of wild.
that's the only combination out of all the maps in the rotation where it works like that.
Okay, so another Silence Entomb finds the Johanna. Lots of damage though. Trying so hard to get the kill here, and Li Ming will get it together with Rhaegar. Mayhem falls with the follow-up resets, and yeah, they're clinging to death here. This is a win and in, so you need to make something happen, but they have just kind of been dying to this Leoric. I think you need to, I don't know, reset your mental state. This seems like a lot of stress going in right now, which is fair. And they just, Sylvanas keeps running down buildings, keeps running it down. Rhaegar with the sneaky cut there on the middle.
And they even get one BM ping before that tower falls down. Score is now 22-8. And Team Hotsy are inching ever closer to securing their semi-final spot.
It's,
What game?
yeah, it's a wild one. They get to convert bottom tower again. Maybe not before these sappers come in though. We're gonna lose. Okay, they're gonna lose 2 of them. Just ring around the rosy. But yeah, another couple of huge pains here.
And that puts
The game is kind of even again.
which is really close. And with a boss, Team Hotsy will actually be in the lead. But I'm not sure if you want to take the boss in favor of just going and continuing to play Ring Around the Rosy, keeping yourself in the lead on the map.
Yeah, I think
in
so.
The towers.
This is kind of ridiculous at this point. You're just stuck clearing out this the whole time, and you're kind of losing because Sylvanas is so good at this. You can use the trait every time the tower is converted back, and then you're just kind of, well, okay, I guess we just wait then. They're gonna go for this fight in the bottom under their own fort. Leoric gets stuck here, drag from Dahaka. Tries to get to sleep, but that's the kind of fight they were needing, and they now have a very tentative hold on this map again. Pushing them away. It's gonna be another camp picked up, and this is gonna be a spicy one.
The Banshee is...
Oh, Jimmy gets Silence Entomb, not like this!
Johanna as well.
They get the Jimmy out, same for Johanna. Tries to walk away, and the Haka converting middle. They don't die here, they're now fighting under this fort. Bunker to tank, and they get the containment field down. Leoric dies in the backline. I don't know who is winning this right now.
Does as well, and the pinging begins as we now see that Team Hotsy will win in the fight continues on for long enough. And this is a mess. This is such a mess. Holy heck.
Yeah, Anna's trying to run down a Li Ming, and then there's a Sylvanas in here. They're just fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting.
7.
Oh, it's gonna be tight. Drag misses. They just keep trying to fight.
And this will be enough for Team Hotsy now as the
Oh my
courage
god.
falls down to 5.
Oh, okay, Li Ming is channeling. They trying to stop it. Johanna's gonna get it in there. Rhaegar running down Anna with the slow from Leoric. Jukes away until his own tower.
Everyone
Blaze is capping. Oh my god, Li Ming resets.
Fall down, resets.
Oh, that's the shots, and that's
a
it.
full team wipe,
And they wiped then. Holy. Oh my god, okay. Wow.
We wanted a spicy one. We got a spicy one.
Yeah, we did. Okay, that's too much. After a very, very, very intense game on Towers of Doom, Team Hotsy take it 2-1 and make it through to the semifinals. Oh my god.
Congratulations.
Oh.
You know what's the worst part and simultaneously the best part? We're not even done yet. We have one more game to go.
Yeah, we're having another best of 3 series on this channel. That was quite the comeback from Team Hotsy, but they did not let the weaker early game deter them. They just kept fighting, and they were able to win there in the end. That was probably like a solid 4, maybe 5 minutes. I don't know how long that was, but solid like 3 minutes of just running around the map, trading forge, trading forge, trading forge, and band of Brewers desperately trying anything to just get their team back in order, find everyone, get a fight. They really tried in bottom, and then it just collapsed into chaos. It was impossible to keep track of everything. I saw an Ana running down a Li Ming, and like just that sentence alone kind of describes the end of that game. It's just ridiculous. And in the end, Team Hotsy takes the win here. So congratulations to them. And we have another game coming up very soon.
And this one will be Encore versus Lucky Play. Is also gonna be pretty solid. We do have Encore taking first place in group. Let's wait a bit while it loads in. Taking first place in group number D, while their opponents Lucky Play took second in group A, losing only to Dawn or Fedoras, who are now in the semi-final already.
Yeah. We're gonna have another series very shortly. I need a minute or so to refresh this whole setup we have here. So I'm gonna take it to the break screen, and very shortly, like Yosh said, we're gonna have Encore playing versus Lucky Play. So stay tuned for that. Stick around. This series ended 2-1 to Hotsy, so congrats to them. And we will see you very soon.